The gymnasium pulsed with the thump of bass, fairy lights strung like desperate stars across the rafters, but Alex couldn't hear the music anymore. Jordan's face was inches from his, twisted in a mask of betrayal that cut deeper than any knife. "You're just scared, Alex, scared of what this really means," Jordan hissed, his voice slicing through the crowd's oblivious chatter, and then he was gone, shoving past glittering gowns and rented tuxedos toward the exit, leaving Alex frozen in the wreckage of their unspoken everything. Alex's heart hammered against his ribs as he watched the double doors swing shut behind Jordan, the humid night air swallowing his best friend whole. It was supposed to be their night, the culmination of 4 years of stolen glances in the hallways of Lincoln High, late-night confessions under the covers of Alex's twin bed, and the quiet rebellion of 2 boys navigating a world that still whispered slurs behind their backs. But one jealous accusation too many, sparked by the sight of Jordan laughing too freely with that straight jock from the soccer team, had unraveled it all. Alex pushed through the throng of classmates, the air thick with cheap perfume and teenage sweat, his polished shoes sticking to the gym floor. "Jordan," he called, but the word dissolved into the DJ's remix of some pop anthem. Outside, the parking lot stretched under sodium lamps, cars idling like patient beasts. No sign of him. Alex's phone buzzed in his pocket. A text from his mom. "Having fun, sweetie? Don't stay out too late." He ignored it, dialing Jordan's number instead. Straight to voicemail. The knot in his stomach tightened. This wasn't like Jordan, who always circled back with a sheepish grin and a hug that lingered just a second too long. By midnight, the prom had devolved into a haze of slow dances and spilled punch, but Alex was pacing the edges, eyes darting to every shadow. He'd texted the group chat with their tight-knit circle, Miah, the fierce lesbian artist who'd painted their lockers rainbow last Pride, Tyler, the bi kid with a knack for hacking school Wi-Fi, and Lena, Jordan's sister, who was homesick but always in the loop. "Anyone seen Jay? We fought. He's not answering." Miah replied first. "Dude, give him space. You two are always like this." But Tyler's message chilled him. "Check the lot. His bike's still chained to the rack. Weird." Alex's mind raced. Jordan never left without his beat-up Schwinn, the one with the stickers peeling from their road trip to the coast last summer, where they'd parked on a cliffside and talked for hours about escaping this suffocating suburb of Portland, Oregon, for a city where they could just be. The fight replayed in Alex's head, his stupid insecurity bubbling over, accusing Jordan of flirting when it was really Alex who couldn't admit how much he needed him, beyond friendship. What if Jordan had walked home? It was only 2 miles, but the route cut through the industrial park, dimly lit and dotted with those "God hates fags" graffiti tags that made Alex's skin crawl every time. He flagged down Miah as she emerged from the photo booth, her sequin dress catching the light like shattered glass. "Have you seen him?" Alex demanded, voice cracking. Mia's eyes softened, her dark eyeliner smudged from laughing or maybe crying. Who could tell at prom? Not since you two went nuclear by the punch bowl. "What happened, Alex? You've been dancing around this forever." He swallowed hard, the truth tasting like bile. I told him I thought he was into that guy, Ryan. But it's me. It's always been me. And I'm terrified he'll wake up one day and realize he deserves better than my mess." Miah pulled him into a hug, her chin on his shoulder. "Jordan's crazy about you, idiot. Go find him. We'll cover." Tyler joined them, phone in hand, scrolling through Jordan's last Insta story, a blurry shot of the gym ceiling with the caption "Nights like this make me believe in magic." Posted 20 minutes before the fight. "Guys," Tyler said, voice low, his location's off. He never turns it off. Dawn crept over the Willamette River like a reluctant witness, painting the sky in bruised purples and golds. Alex hadn't slept. He'd driven Jordan's bike home after unchaining it, the pedals heavy with absence. And now he sat on the edge of his bed, staring at the wall plastered with photos. Jordan mid-laugh at the county fair, arms slung around Alex's shoulders. The two of them at the Pride Parade, faces painted with glittery flags. A candid from last Halloween, dressed as superheroes, capes billowing in the wind. His parents were downstairs, oblivious, Dad buried in the Sunday crossword, Mom humming as she brewed coffee. They knew Alex was gay, had since he came out at 15 in a tearful kitchen confession, but they treaded lightly, offering support laced with that unspoken Portland politeness, the kind that avoided deep dives into the ugly parts. Family breakfast soon, Alex. Mom called up the stairs. He mumbled a reply, grabbing his keys instead. School was out for summer tomorrow, but that didn't matter. Jordan was gone, and the police wouldn't take a missing teen report seriously for 24 hours. Bullshit protocol. Lena's house was a 15-minute drive, a modest craftsman bungalow on the east side where the lawns grew wilder and the for sale signs multiplied. She answered the door in pajamas, her curly hair a halo of frizz, eyes red-rimmed. At 16, she was the fierce protector of her brother's secrets, the one who'd punched a bully in 3rd grade for calling Jordan a sissy. "He's not here," she said flatly, stepping aside to let Alex in. The living room smelled of stale takeout and lavender candles, Lena's attempt at calming the chaos. "But I know about the fight. He texted me right after." Alex finally said it. "Kinda. Now what?" Alex's throat closed. "Said what?" Lena flopped onto the couch, hugging a pillow. "That he loves you, dummy. Has for years. But then you accused him of chasing Ryan, and he snapped. Said he needed air to think." She paused, biting her lip. "Our folks, they're not great with this stuff, you know? Dad's still pretending it's a phase, and Mom's all church guilt trips. Jordan's been talking about leaving after graduation, just vanishing to Seattle or something." The word vanishing hung like smoke. Alex paced, mind fracturing into worst-case scenarios. A carjacking in the industrial shadows, a hate crime gone unreported, or worse, Jordan, impulsive and heartbroken, hitching a ride out of town on a whim. They'd joked about it 100 times, packing dream bags with mixtapes and maps, but this felt too real. Tyler burst through the door without knocking, laptop under his arm. "Hacked the traffic cams," he announced, breathless. Miah trailed behind, carrying coffee cups. "Look, time-stamped at 11:47 p.m. Jordan crosses the street toward the old mill district. Then, nothing. He turns a corner, and poof. The grainy footage looped on Tyler's screen. Jordan's lanky frame in that emerald tux, hands shoved in pockets, head down against the drizzle. Then darkness. "That's near the tracks," Miah said, voice tight. "Kids hang there sometimes, but it's sketchy. Rumors of those West Side crew guys patrolling, the ones who beat up that trans kid last year." A chill settled over the room, the kind that seeped into bones. Alex's phone lit up with a block number, voicemail. He played it on speaker, hard in his throat. A distorted voice, low and gravelly. "Tell your fairy friend to stay out of our turf. Or next time, he won't walk away." Static, then click. Lena gasped, hand over mouth. Tyler's fingers flew over keys. Tracing it. Burner phone, but the tower pings near the mill. Mia's eyes met Alex's, fierce. This isn't just a fight anymore. Someone took him. The realization hit, like a freight train. Jordan hadn't vanished on his own. He'd been targeted, pulled into the underbelly of their so-called safe suburb, where acceptance was a fragile veneer over old hates. Alex stood, resolve hardening. "We find him. Now." But as they piled into Tyler's beat-up Civic, doubt gnawed. What if they were too late? What if the love he'd buried under fear had cost Jordan everything? The mill district loomed like a forgotten skeleton, rusted silos piercing the overcast sky, the river murmuring secrets through chain-link fences. Alex led the way, flashlight beam cutting swaths through the gloom. The group fanned out like reluctant detectives in a bad noir flick. Miah clutched a can of pepper spray. Tyler muttered about signal jammers. Lena scanned the graffiti walls, her face a storm of sibling fury. "He'd fight back," she whispered to Alex. "Jordan's tougher than he looks." Alex nodded, but his mind replayed their argument. The way Jordan's eyes had flashed with hurt, not anger, before he bolted. "You're just scared," he'd said. God, he was right. Alex had spent years building walls, convinced his own fractured family, Dad's distant silences after the coming out, Mom's overcompensating hugs, made him unworthy. Jordan, with his easy charm and unshakable loyalty, had chipped away at those walls, but Alex always rebuilt them higher. A glint caught the light. Jordan's phone, shattered screen glinting in a puddle near the tracks. Alex snatched it up, water beading on his fingers. Unlocked, of course. Jordan trusted him implicitly. The last photo, a selfie of them at prom, mid-argument, faces inches apart, captured in that electric moment before the storm. Below it, a frantic note in the camera roll. If you see this, Alex, I'm sorry. I love you. Don't let them win. Tears blurred the screen. He's alive, Alex choked out. Or was. Tyler geek-explained to Trace. The voicemail's voice modulator matched audio from a known hate group forum, Patriots United, a ragtag bunch of locals who'd firebombed the Queer Youth Center last winter. Their beef? Portland's liberal takeover, code for anything that challenged their narrow world. Jordan, with his rainbow pins and volunteer shifts at the center, was a walking target. Sirens wailed in the distance. Someone must have tipped off the cops. But trust was thin. The department had botched the trans kids case, dismissing it as roughhousing. Miah pulled Alex aside as uniforms swarmed. We can't wait for them. Lena and I will hit the forums, stir up noise. You and Tyler check Jordan's house. Maybe he left a clue. The split felt wrong, like tearing the group at the seams, but action was oxygen. Back at the Ramirez place, Jordan's room was a time capsule. Posters of indie bands and civil rights icons, a half-packed duffel under the bed spilling socks, and a dog-eared copy of Giovanni's Room. Tucked in the pages, a letter, undated, in Jordan's looping script. Alex, if I ever bail, it's not you. It's this town eating me alive. Dad found my journal, the one with the poems about us. He didn't yell, just looked at me like I was broken. Mom cried, quoted Bible verses. I can't breathe here anymore. Promise you'll follow? Jay? Alex's chest caved. This wasn't new. The pressure had been building, microaggressions stacking like bricks. Jordan's parents, devout Catholics in a progressive city, loved him in their way. Tuition for art classes, rides to school, but their faith clashed with his truth, leaving him adrift. The argument at prom? Catalyst for a breaking point Alex had ignored. Tyler, rifling drawers, unearthed a burner phone hidden in a shoebox. Powered on, it buzzed, a text from Ghost. Meet at the warehouse, midnight. Come alone, or he pays. Timestamp, last night. This is it, Tyler said, pale. The mill warehouse, abandoned since the layoffs. Alex's pulse thundered. No cops. They'd spooked the perps. Just him, walking into the lion's den for the boy who'd been his anchor since middle school dodgeball, when Jordan had taken a hit meant for him and grinned through a bloody nose. The warehouse squatted on the riverbank, windows boarded like blind eyes, the air thick with mold and motor oil. Alex slipped through a side door, the burner clutched like a talisman, every creak amplifying his terror. Flashlight off, he navigated by moonlight filtering through cracks, heart a war drum. Voices echoed from the far end, gruff, laced with beer breath. Kid's got spirit. Thinks he can mouth off about our town. Laughter, cruel and barking. Alex crept closer, peering around crates stamped with faded Union labels. There, Jordan, zip-tied to a chair, lip split, tuxedo torn at the shoulder. But his eyes, when they met Alex's in the shadows, sparked with something fierce. Not fear, but fight. The ringleader, a burly guy in a faded Marine's cap, Patriots United's poster boy, from the forums, loomed over him. Your little boyfriend's here to play hero, he sneered, spotting Alex. Rough hands yanked him forward, phone confiscated. Jordan's gaze locked on his. I'm sorry. The confrontation unfolded like a powder keg spark. The goons, 3 of them, locals Alex recognized from the hardware store, faces twisted by booze and bigotry, circled, taunting. Thought you fairies could parade around. Change everything? This is our America. Alex's fear morphed to rage, years of swallowed slurs fueling him. Let him go. This isn't about politics. It's about hate. Yours. Jordan strained against bonds, voice hoarse. Alex, run. But Alex stood firm, reciting the center's hotline number under his breath, buying time. A scuffle broke out when one lunged. Alex dodged, grabbing a loose pipe, swinging wild. Chaos erupted, fists flying, chairs toppling. Jordan wriggled free in the melee, tackling the ringleader. Sirens pierced the night, Mia's doing, her anonymous tip from a borrowed phone. Cops flooded in, badges flashing, the perps subdued in a tangle of cuffs and curses. In the aftermath, under the harsh fluorescence of the ER waiting room, Alex and Jordan sat side by side, bruises blooming like dark flowers. Lena hovered, Miah and Tyler debriefing with detectives who'd actually listened this time, thanks to the recorded voicemail and forum dives. Jordan's parents arrived, faces ashen, Dad's jaw set, Mom's eyes welling with a mix of relief and unspoken shame. We didn't know it was this bad, Dad muttered, gripping Jordan's hand awkwardly. Mom added, softer, we'll talk. Really talk. No more pretending. It wasn't absolution, but a crack in the wall, the first step toward mending what Faith had frayed. Alone at last, as dawn gilded the blinds, Jordan turned to Alex. You came for me. Alex's voice broke. Always. And that fight. I was wrong. Scared. But I love you, Jordan. Not as a friend. As everything. Jordan's smile, battered but bright, bridged the gap. Took you long enough. Their hands intertwined, tentative, electric, a promise forged in fire. Outside, Portland stirred, the river carrying away the night's poison. They weren't fixed, not yet. The prejudices lingered, family rifts simmered, the town's undercurrents swirled. But in that quiet space, two boys who'd argued into oblivion found their way back, deeper, unbreakable. The prom was over, but their story? Just beginning. The summer sun baked the streets of southeast Portland, turning asphalt to tar and tempers to tinder. 2 weeks post-prom, and the headlines had faded, local teens foil hate plot, but the scars lingered like tattoos under skin. Alex and Jordan moved through days in a fragile rhythm, stealing moments at the Queer Youth Center where Jordan volunteered, painting murals of defiant fists clutching rainbows. Their first real kiss had happened there, impulsive against a half-finished wall, tasting of acrylic and adrenaline. But bliss was fleeting. Doubts crept in like fog off the Willamette. Jordan flinched at loud voices now, his easy laugh rarer, replaced by shadowed glances. Alex, haunted by the warehouse close call, second-guessed every step. What if I'd been faster? What if the cops hadn't shown? Mia's art show opening was their forced foray back to normalcy, a warehouse loft downtown pulsing with hipster energy, craft beers and mason jars, projections of abstract queer icons dancing on brick walls. You two look like you invented brooding, Miah teased, air-kissing cheeks, her latest piece. A massive canvas of intertwined figures breaking chains, dominating the space. Tyler hovered nearby, fiddling with a drone he'd rigged for aerial shots, ever the tech whisperer. Lena tagged along, sketching in a corner, her bond with Jordan mending stitch by stitch through late-night talks that excluded their parents. It's weird, seeing you happy, she confided to Alex, pencil flying. But good weird. Don't screw it up. The night unraveled sweetly at first, Jordan's hand in Alex's, warm and sure, as they navigated clusters of Portland's creative underbelly. Drag performers swapping stories, activists plotting the next rally. But tension simmered when Ryan, the soccer jock from prom, appeared, all golden boy grin and oblivious charm. Heard about the drama, man. You okay? He asked Jordan, clapping his shoulder. Alex's jaw tightened, old jealousy flaring like a struck match. Jordan played it cool, but later, in a quiet alcove, he pulled Alex aside. It's nothing. Let it go. Alex's words tumbled out, sharp, easy for you. Everyone loves you, straight allies, family, the world. Me? I'm the paranoid one who almost got you killed. Jordan's face hardened. That's not fair. I chose you, Alex. Every time. The argument echoed their prom blow-up, but softer, laced with exhaustion. Jordan stormed to the rooftop for air. Alex followed, finding him at the edge, city lights sprawling below like a glittering trap. I'm not running, Jordan said, voice raw. But you keep pushing me away, like I'm gonna break or bolt. Alex sank beside him, the cool metal railing biting palms. Because I almost lost you. And my head's a mess. Dad's been distant again, asking if I'm sure about this life, like it's a phase I can outgrow. Vulnerability cracked open, truths spilling. Alex's fear of inheriting his uncle's isolation, the gay relative shunned at family reunions, Jordan's guilt over his parents' strained marriage, blaming it on his lifestyle. They talked until stars pricked the sky, hands brushing, then clasping. No grand gestures, just the quiet power of staying. But peace was illusory. The next morning, Alex woke to his phone buzzing. An email from an anonymous sender, attachment a grainy photo of Jordan at the center, circled in red. Watch your back, lovers. Heart slamming, he forwarded it to Tyler, who traced it to a VPN in rural Idaho. Patriots United sympathizers, likely. They're not done. Tyler warned over video call, face grim in his cluttered bedroom. Miah advocated going public, leveraging the art scene for support. Lena suggested family intervention. Jordan, when told, shrugged it off with forced bravado. Haters gonna hate. We beat them once. But his eyes betrayed the lie. Nights plagued by nightmares. Days laced with hypervigilance. The group convened at Alex's garage, a makeshift war room amid stacks of old skateboards and paint cans. They mapped threats. Online trolls doxing Jordan's volunteer shifts, whispers at the grocery co-op about those boys causing trouble. A deeper wound surfaced when Jordan's mom called, voice trembling. Your father. He wants you to see the pastor. Just to talk. Jordan's laugh was bitter. Talk. Or cure. The call ended in silence. But it ignited something. Jordan confiding in Alex about suppressed memories, like the time Dad had burned his first pride flag, for his own good. Alex held him then. No words, just presence, their foreheads touching in the dim light. Love, raw and unpolished, became their shield. Yet twists lurked. At a pride planning meeting, an unexpected ally emerged. Ryan, outed as bi by his own coming out post, apologizing for the prom misunderstanding. I was clueless, he admitted over tacos at a food cart pod. But I admire you guys. If you need backup. Skepticism melted into tentative trust. Ryan's straight-passing privilege a bridge to broader circles. But betrayal struck closer. Tyler, in a panic over his own family pressures, his conservative folks threatening boarding school, leaked a minor detail from the warehouse raid to a forum, hoping to buy peace. Guilt consumed him. Confession came in tears. I thought it had ended. Jordan forgave, but the fracture lingered, a reminder that even allies faltered under prejudice's weight. As July scorched on, a new conflict brewed. Jordan's acceptance to an art program in Seattle, a dream deferred by family finances, and now, fear. Go, Alex urged, masking ache. I'll visit. We make it work. But doubt festered. Long distance for two teens barely legal, with threats circling? A late-night drive to Multnomah Falls tested it. Water thundering like accusations, they argued again, voices lost in roar. You're holding me back, Jordan yelled. No, saving you. Alex countered. The fight peaked in a shove, then collapsed into sobs, revelations pouring. Jordan's secret journal entries, poems of longing. Alex's hidden sketches of them as old men, gray and hand in hand. Resolution came in whispers, a vow to chase dreams together, not apart. The climax built at the county fair, echoes of last year's innocence. Booths hawked fried Oreos and kettle corn, Ferris wheel creaking against twilight. But under the midway lights, shadows moved, two Patriots goons, spotting Jordan, advancing with menace. Alex signaled Miah, who alerted security. Tyler jammed their walkies with a gadget. Chaos. Shouts, a chase through the livestock barns, the scent of hay and fear mingling. Jordan tripped, Alex hauling him up, their escape a blur of adrenaline. Cornered in the parking lot, fists ready, salvation arrived. Ryan and a posse of fairgoers, phones out, live streaming the confrontation. Back off, assholes, world's watching. The goons slunk away, but not before one snarled. This ain't over. In the truck's cab, breaths ragged, Jordan turned to Alex. We can't keep running. Alex nodded, idea sparking. Then we fight smarter. They rallied the group, turning victimhood to activism. A viral video series, Shadows of Portland, exposing hate's underbelly through art and testimony. Jordan's murals went digital. Mia's paintings auctioned for center funds. Tyler coded an app for safe reporting. Even Jordan's parents chipped in, mom volunteering, dad attending a PFLAG meeting, his gruff, I'm trying a olive branch. By August's end, as leaves hinted at gold, Alex and Jordan stood on the center's roof, city humming below. Seattle? Jordan asked. Together, Alex replied. Their kiss, unhurried, sealed it. Love not as fairy tale, but forge, tempered by trials. Prejudices persisted, misunderstandings loomed, but they'd learned. Vulnerability was strength, forgiveness a revolution. The vanishings of people, of truths, were behind them. Ahead, a horizon wide as the river, shared. Fall semester dawned crisp, leaves carpeting Lincoln High's quad in crimson defiance. But for Alex and Jordan, school was a battlefield reborn. Lockers bore fresh scars, slashed stickers, fag lovers, etched in marker. Retaliation from patriot whispers infiltrating student ranks. Counselors called meetings, platitudes flowing, zero tolerance. Yet suspensions were slaps on wrists. Alex's grades slipped, nightmares replaying the fair chase. Jordan channeled fury into sketches, his portfolio swelling with raw portraits of fractured faces. Their relationship, public now in subtle ways, interlocked pinkies in the cafeteria, shared hoodies at pep rallies, drew stares, some warm, others venomous. "It's like we're exhibits," Jordan muttered one lunch, picking at fries. Alex squeezed his knee under the table. "Then we own the gallery." Mia's girlfriend, a transfer named Sage, tall, with buzzed sides and a poet's tongue, joined the fray, her sharp wit disarming bullies with haikus of shade. Tyler, grounded from gadgets after the leak fiasco, buried in AP Calc, but his app beta launched, users trickling in with stories of microaggressions. Lena, now a sophomore, started a GSA chapter, her flyers plastered everywhere. Ally or enemy? Choose. Family dynamics shifted unevenly. Jordan's dad attended one dinner where he actually asked about Seattle, voice gruff, but genuine. "Proud of you, son, even if it's different." Mom baked Alex's favorite pie, a peace offering wrapped in flaky crust. Alex's parents, slower to thaw, hosted a barbecue where Dad cornered Jordan. "You make him happy. That's what counts. Progress, incremental as ivy." But undercurrents pulled. An anonymous Insta account at Portland Purity doxed their video series, comments flooding with death threats veiled as prayers. Tyler traced it to a teacher, Mr. Hargrove, history buff with a closet Confederate flag tattoo, outed in whispers. Confrontation came in the faculty lounge, Alex and Jordan backed by Principal Ruiz. "Resign or face the board," she said. Hargrove sneered. "Teaching real history, not your rainbow revisionism." He quit, but not before slashing tires on Mia's bike, a parting shot. The incident ignited media, local news vans at the school gates, interviews where Jordan's voice steadied on camera, Alex's hand hidden, but anchoring. "Hate hides, but it doesn't win," Jordan said, soundbite gold. Twists deepened when Ryan confessed a crush, not on Jordan, but Tyler, blurted over study group pizza. Awkwardness bloomed into dates. Arcade nights, stolen kisses behind bleachers. Who knew? Miah laughed, toasting with sodas. But jealousy nipped at Alex anew, irrational echoes of prom. He snapped at Jordan during a rain-soaked walk home, accusing him of flirting with a barista. Paranoid much? Jordan shot back, umbrella snapping shut. They parted fuming, Jordan crashing at Lena's, Alex pacing his room to the rhythm of regret. Apology came via mixtape, old-school cassette, tracks from their childhood, Wonderwall, Teenage Dream. Delivered to Jordan's locker with a note. "I'm building walls again. Help me tear them down." Reconciliation in the AV room, projector flickering rom-coms, led to truths. Alex's therapy sessions, unpacking abandonment fears from Dad's post-coming-out chill. Jordan's imposter syndrome, feeling like the easy, gay kid masking deeper doubts. Winter holidays loomed, a minefield of traditions. Jordan's family hosted, tension thick as eggnog. Dad prayed before turkey, eyes on Jordan, forgiving, but probing. Mom slipped him a wrapped gift, a leather journal, blank pages whispering "write your story." Alex's turn brought forced cheer, carols around the tree, but Dad pulled him aside. "Seeing you too. It's growing on me. Just be safe out there." Safe. The word chafed, implying danger inherent to them. New Year's Eve at the center's lock-in. Games, gossip, midnight countdown with confetti cannons. As balloons dropped, Jordan whispered, "Resolution, no more hiding." Alex echoed, but a call shattered it. Tyler's app flagged a spike. Reports of a purity rally planned at the mill, patriots regrouping. Snow dusted the ground as they investigated, bundled in coats, breaths fogging. The warehouse, boarded anew, thrummed with chants audible from the tree-line. Peering through cracks, 24, torches flickering, speeches railing against deviants destroying America. A familiar face, Hargrove, megaphone in hand. Miah filmed discreetly. Sage scouted exits. But Jordan, spotting a kidnapped banner from the center, stolen relic, charged forward. Stop! Alex yanked him back, but too late. Spotlights swung, shouts erupted. A chase through drifts, boots crunching ice, ended at the riverbank. Pinned, they faced Hargrove's glare. You again. Persistent pests. But sirens wailed. Lena's tipped to cops. Ryan's muscle backup. Rally dispersed. Arrests made. Hargrove cuffed, spitting venom. Aftermath swirled. Charges filed. Center fortified with grants from viral outrage. But emotional toll mounted. Jordan withdrew, sketching obsessively, colors bleeding dark. What if we never escape this? He confessed one night, curled on Alex's bed. Alex traced his scars, physical and unseen. We will. But first, we heal. Therapy tandem sessions followed, unpacking layers. Jordan's faith trauma, reconciling spirituality with self. Alex's perfectionism, born of overachieving to prove worth. Twists in friendship. Tyler and Ryan's romance hit snags. Closeted family pressures. But vulnerability bonded the group tighter. Game nights turning confessional. Spring thaw brought renewal. GSA's first assembly. Jordan speaking, voice steady. Hate wants us silent. We're shouting back. Applause thundered, even from skeptics. But a gut punch. Alex's acceptance to a Portland college. Jordan's Seattle dream diverging. Arguments reignited. Logistics. Fears of fading. Long distance is a death sentence. Alex vented. Jordan countered. Or a test. Mediation via Miah. A road trip compromise. Scouting cities. Mapping futures. En route to the coast. Van packed with snacks and playlists. Storms hit. Literal and figurative. Stranded in a motel. Power out. They bared souls. Jordan's hidden letter from Seattle. Scholarship full ride, but lonely. Alex's unpublished essay on their love as revolution. Storm broke. So did barriers. Vows to commute. Visit. Endure. Climax crested at graduation. Caps airborne. Gowns swirling. But pre-ceremony. A thread at Portland Purity's final post. Geotag to the auditorium. In the show. Security swarmed. But inside, as names echoed, Jordan's turn came. He veered from script, microphone hot, to my family, friends, and the haters. Love wins because it's louder. Alex, next, ad-libbed. To Jordan, you're my trace, my map, my home. Cheers drowned doubts. Post-ceremony, under stadium lights, they danced, awkward, joyful, to a boombox their song. Prejudices? Lingering. But they'd forged armor from them. Summer beckoned, Seattle-bound, but Portland's pull, friends, growth, tethered. Love, tested, triumphed. Not flawless, but fierce. College orientation week hit like a freight train, Seattle's drizzle a constant companion to Alex's dislocation. He and Jordan had synced schedules, weekends in Portland via Bolt bus, midterms traded for movie marathons, but distance nod, texts a poor substitute for touch. Alex's dorm, a co-ed buzz of flannel and futures, amplified isolation. His roommate, a straight bro named Kyle from Spokane, blasted bro country anthems, oblivious to Alex's quiet scrolling through Jordan's Insta, sketches of rainy markets, captions laced with miss you. Jordan's art program immersed him. Critiques till dawn, professors praising his visceral queer narratives. But calls grew strained, silences heavy. It's good, right? Jordan asked one night, voice tinny over Wi-Fi. Alex forced cheer. Yeah, just. Adjusting. Back in Portland, the group evolved. Miah and Sage eloped in a courthouse whim, rings from a pawn shop, honeymooning at a cabin with Prosecco and paints. Tyler and Ryan navigated coming out. Ryan's folks disowned briefly, then reconciled over tearful Thanksgiving. Tyler's app exploded, venture offers rolling. Lena led GSA to nationals, her speeches viral. But shadows persisted, Patriots United splintered, but online echoes harassed. Deepfakes of Jordan circulating. He deleted socials, channeling into a thesis exhibit. Installations of shattered mirrors reflecting distorted selves, titled Traces Erased. Alex's first twist came mid-semester, a lit class debate on identity politics, where he outed his story, prom vanish, warehouse brawl, drawing applause but a stalkerish DM from a classmate. Hot heroes. Meet up? Uncomfortable, he blocked, but it stirred doubts. Am I overreacting? Is this the price of visibility? Therapy helped. Virtual sessions unpacking imposter syndrome anew. Jordan's crisis hit harder. A professor, tenured icon, plagiarized his concept for a grant, dismissing it as inspired by. Fury boiled. Jordan confronted, recording the gaslight. You're too sensitive, kid. Arts collaboration. Lawsuit loomed, but exhaustion won. Jordan withdrew the piece, heart splintered. Their reunion at fall break was electric, then explosive. Bus depot hug lingered, but by dinner at a Pike Place noodle joint, barbs flew. You're pulling away, Alex accused, chopsticks clattering. Jordan's eyes flashed. Says the guy ghosting texts during midterms. Truths erupted. Alex's flirtation with campus freedom, guilt over eyeing a cute barista, Jordan's isolation, leaning on a study buddy too much, platonic but charged. We're 18, Jordan said, voice breaking. Growing hurts. They split the night. Alex crashing with Tyler in Portland, Jordan solo sketching. Morning brought Mia's intervention, coffee-fueled circle, sage mediating with empathy maps. Fears, not faults, she urged. Confessions flowed. Alex's abandonment terror flaring, Jordan's perfectionism cracking under scrutiny. Reconciliation deepened bonds, a weekend road trip to Olympic Peninsula. Hikes through fern-choked trails, campfires crackling stories. Around flames, Jordan shared a new piece, a video loop of their prom fight, remixed with healing overlays. Scars tell stories, he said. Alex responded with a letter, read aloud. You're not my trace, you're my constellation. Intimacy rebuilt, emotional, not rushed, stargazing, hands entwined, whispers of futures. Winter quarter brought alliances. Alex joined a queer-lit collective, readings drawing crowds. Jordan collaborated with a trans sculptor. Their joint show echoes unvanished, packing galleries. But conflict crested with family. Jordan's dad, post-heart scare, demanded a visit, Bible in lap, eyes pleading. I want to understand, son. The dinner devolved. Verses quoted, tears shed, Jordan storming out. It's control, not love. Alex mediated via call, but rifts widened. Alex's turn. Mom's cancer diagnosis, stage 1, but seismic. Dad crumbled, old distances closing in blame. If I'd been stronger. Alex shouldered it, visits blurring with school, Jordan's support a lifeline. Care packages of soup, playlists for chemo waits. A betrayal twist. Kyle, roommate, outed as at Portland Purity's cousin, swiped Alex's journal for fodder. Leaks hit forums, twisted tales of promiscuous teens. Outrage followed, university investigation, Kyle expelled. But violation lingered, trust eroded. Group rallied. Ryan's legal hookup sued for defamation. Lena's petition garnered signatures. Healing came in Reclaiming Narrative, a podcast, untraced, their voices anchoring episodes on resilience. Spring bloom coincided with milestones. Jordan's exhibit opening, Alex's poem published in a zine. But climax brewed, a Patriots revival rally, advertised on dark web, targeting Seattle's pride. Intel from Tyler's app, plans to disrupt, infiltrate. They mobilized, allies from collectives, families reluctantly on board. Stakeout at the park, rain-slicked stages, crowds chanting. Infiltrators spotted, scuffles brewing. Jordan, mic in hand for a speech, pivoted to call out. Hate's not heritage, it's cowardice. Chaos, pushes, arrests, but a knife flashed, aimed at Alex in the fray. Jordan shoved him aside, blade grazing arm. Blood welled, paramedics swarmed. Hospital vigil, stitches, but soul deep. Families converged, Jordan's dad holding Alex's hand, whispering, "Thank you for my boy." Mom's chemo paused for the flight, her hug fierce. Resolution rippled. Dad's church group renounced hate, starting dialogues. Alex's parents hosted a support circle. Summer internships bonded them. Jordan gallery assistant, Alex youth mentor. Distance? Conquered by planes, not buses. As cherry blossoms fell, they picnicked at Gasworks Park, skyline jagged. Traces of us everywhere, Jordan murmured. Alex smiled. And we're just starting. Love, labyrinthine, led onward. through mists of misunderstanding, peaks of prejudice, to vistas vast. Sophomore slumps settled like Seattle's perpetual gray, ambitions clashing with realities. Alex majored in creative writing, words flowing freer but critiques bruising ego. Jordan's fine arts track intensified, deadlines devouring sleep. His studio a chaos of canvases and coffee stains. Weekends synced less, buses delayed by strikes, calls clipped by fatigue. We're drifting. Alex voiced over FaceTime, screen glitching. Jordan, paint smeared, sighed. Or evolving. Scary, huh? Truth, but it stung. Alex's collective flirtations turning to coffee dates, innocent but guilt-inducing. Jordan's collab with a non-binary painter. Chemistry platonic, yet sparking Alex's ghosts. Portland pulls strengthened ties elsewhere. Miah's graphic novel deal, illustrations of queer Pacific Northwest lore, demanded visits. Sage's poetry, slams drew crowds. Tyler coded full-time, startup buzz. Ryan, sports scholarship at PSU, captain now, out and proud. Lena's freshman year exploded. Debate team star, crushes blooming. But fractures showed. A GSA rift over inclusivity. Lena caught in crossfire, calling Jordan tearful. Everyone's so tribal. He advised, drawing from their scars. Bridge, don't burn. Twist struck Alex. Internship at a lit mag. Editor a closeted mentor pushing boundaries. Write raw, or not at all. Sessions blurred professional personal. A late night drink leading to confession. Editor's own youth vanishings, family estrangement. Advice turned intimate, but Alex drew line, fleeing to Jordan. I almost cheated, with words, with trust. Jordan's hurt flashed, then softened. We talk it out. Always. Therapy upgraded to couples. Virtual, unpacking poly-curiosities versus monogamy fears. Growth, gritty. Jordan's crisis. Exhibit sabotage. Canvases slashed pre-opening. Sinner keyed in red. Culprit? Ex-professor's TA, grudge-fueled. Police involved, but emotional wreckage. Jordan spiraled, erasing works, self-doubt a vortex. Alex drove up, studio siege. Nights sorting shards, rebuilding. Your art's you. Alex said, gluing frames. Jordan wept. What if it's not enough? Rallying, they rest-aged. Interactive piece. Audience mending mirrors, symbolizing repair. Sold out. Reviews raving. Vulnerable triumph. Family evolutions varied. Alex's mom, remission glowing, started a support group, sharing his essays anonymously. Dad volunteered, awkward but earnest. Jordan's parents visited Seattle. Dad touring studio, nodding at abstracts. Mom gifting prayer beads, for peace, not penance. Dinner discourse. Dad's admission. I feared losing you to the world. Now I see you're saving it. Tears, toasts, progress, not perfection. Betrayal anew. Tyler's startup hacked. App data leaked. User stories weaponized by online trolls. Blames circled. Ryan accused external, but Tyler's old leak guilt resurfaced. I invited this. Group retreat to Oregon coast. Bonfires, board games, truths aired. Forgiveness forged stronger code. App relaunched fortified. Spring fever brought highs. Alex's chapbook launch. Jordan's mural commission for Pride. But climax loomed. A national hate conference in Portland, Patriots headlining. Intel, targeting youth centers. They planned counter. Flash mob. Art intervention. Travel conspired. Flights canceled. Alex hitching, arriving disheveled. Rally day. Venue swarmed. Chants clashing. Jordan's installation. Giant heart of recycled hate signs. Pulsing lights. Stole show. But agitators rushed stage, shoving Miah, Sage shielding. Alex pulled Jordan back as fists flew. Tyler livestreamed, millions viewing. Cops intervened, de-escalation trained, arrests minimal. After, bruised but buoyant, group debriefed at food carts. We humanized it. Summer bridged gaps. Join internship at a queer archive, digitizing histories. Discoveries, letters from 80s activists, vanishings unsolved, mirrored theirs, inspiring a zine collab. Distance dissolved in shared desk, laughter echoing stacks. Romantic rekindle, ferry to Bainbridge, sunset sails, promises renewed. Fall loomed, juniors now, but foundations solidified. Prejudices? Ebbing tides. Misunderstandings? Lessons learned. Love, labyrinth to launchpad. Junior year accelerated, ambitions crystallizing amid chaos. Alex's thesis loomed, a novel fragment on queer vanishings, Portland as palimpsest, Jordan's capstone, immersive VR exhibit tracing emotional geographies. Schedules synced better, shared apartment hunt, cramped but theirs, overlooking the sound. Cohabiting cracked eggshells. Alex's mess clashing Jordan's order, arguments over dishes devolving to door slams. We're roommates now, not just lovers, Jordan quipped post-fight. Alex laughed, pulling him close. Good. Means we're real. Portland orbits tightened. Mia's novel tour hit Seattle, signings packed. Sage's chapbook, Whispers in the Water, lauded. Tyler's company IPO'd modestly, funding scholarships. Ryan, pro league scout, proposed. Tyler's yes, a tearjerker. Lena, homecoming queen ironic, dated a non-binary activist. Family dinners normalized. But undercurrents, renewed patriot leaflets, reclaim purity, post-election chills. Twist for Alex. Novel excerpt published, acclaim but backlash, review calling it trauma porn. Self-doubt tsunami. He shelved it, nights pacing. Jordan intervened, reading aloud in bed. This is you, unflinching. Encouraged, revisions flowed, weaving their story anonymized. Jordan's hurdle, VR grant denied. Too niche, jury said. Rage, then pivot, crowdfund via collective, backers pouring stories. Exhibit beta. Users navigating fear forests to love clearings, therapeutic. Families fused. Joint Thanksgiving. Alex's mom cooking with Jordan's, laughter over pies, dads bonding over football, halting talks on legacy. I was wrong, Jordan's dad said, clinking glasses. You teach me daily. Mom's group expanded, inviting Jordan's for panels. Alex's dad, retired, audited lit classes, essays on father-son queerness. Betrayal shadow, apartment break-in, journals stolen, Alex's drafts, Jordan's sketches. No valuables, targeted. CCTV grainy. Hooded figure, Hargrove's build? Police dragged feet, but Tyler's AI facial rec nailed it. Accomplice from rally. Confrontation in a coffee shop. Hargrove, aged, defiant. You ruined me. Jordan, calm. You ruined yourself. Charges dropped for testimony. Hargrove's confession, group dismantling. Closure, cathartic. Spring Summit. National Queer Youth Confab, them as keynotes. Prep bonded. Rehearsals in kitchen, nerves shared. Event, ballroom electric, stories echoing. Their panel, from Vanish to Vanguard, drew standing ovations. But Q&A twist, heckler, expatriate, outing of attendee. Chaos quelled by security, but emotional aftershocks, group huddle, affirming safety nets. Summer sabbatical, road trip east, tracing activist trails, Stonewall echoes in NYC, Pulse memorials in Orlando. Stops sparked epiphanies. Jordan's tattoo, compass rose, always finding north. Alex's intertwined traces. Romantic depth. Motel confessions, dreams articulated. Gallery for Jordan, publishing for Alex, life entwined. Senior scurry hit, theses devouring. Alex's defense, panel theory, revolutionary. Jordan's VR premiere, immersive triumph, users emerging changed. Graduation duel, Seattle ceremony, then Portland bash, group toasts, Lena's speech, you vanished doubts, traced love. Post-college pivot, Jordan's fellowship in Berlin, Alex's fellowship in SF. Heartache, but planned. Visits, virtual dates. Pre-departure party, rooftop, city lights winking. Traces across oceans, Jordan toasted. Alex, ours indelible. Years blurred, careers bloomed. Alex's novel debut, bestseller quiet. Jordan's exhibits global. Marriages dotted, Tyler's wedding, Mia's vow renewal. Families whole, grandkids hypothetical, but love's accepted. Decade on, prom anniversary. Return to gym, now community space. Dance under same lights, argument a memory, vanish a victory. Love, enduring, etched eternal.